Welcome to the Atheist Podcast. I'm Erin.
And I'm Kelley. Atheist is where we will explore American cultural trends through the lenses of a devout theist
And a devout atheist. We will discuss the messiness of being human.
The latest in social science, psychology, and American culture.
And what any of it has to do with Homo sapiens' longtime preoccupation with religion.
Hey, Erin.
Hey, Kelley, how's it going?
It's going good. Okay, we are in the midst of summer, and this is summer fun, and we're going to have a summer fun podcast today.
Yeah, we're going to talk about movies. But before we jump into movies, should we make sure that everybody knows about the Oliver Burkeman Meditations for Mortals plan. So if you want to read the book and follow along with our journey, and just kind of do the practice yourself. It's a really short read. It's like 4 hours on Audible because I checked. Yep. But order the book or download it on Audible. And so we're gonna do kind of we're gonna get through a week reading the book and reflecting on it throughout the week, and then we're gonna chat about our experience of reading Meditations for Mortals and applying it to our lives.
Now, are we gonna do like chapter at a time? So
the way that the book works, because I started the beginning of it, it's like it's like a day. Every day there's like a reading kind of thing. So it's set up to be 4 weeks, and then
that's right. So we're gonna do a week at a time.
Yeah, I think so. That
Each
makes
week
sense,
will
right?
be a podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then for the audience, it actually gives you like 2 weeks, right?
To do.
So
Yep. All right, yeah. So go grab that book, grab it on Audible, and join us. I think that'll be really fun. That'll be another really fun little summer project. So today, though, I thought it would be cool. So the New York Times has been doing over the last, I guess it's just the last week, they've been doing revealing the top 100 movies of the last 25 years. And so they've gotten all of these votes from all these directors and actors and writers and producers. I mean, I'm thinking that's how they kind of
I was looking at
this list.
Yeah, it seems like it was like, I don't know. It was kind of interesting. You can see the ballots of the different people, like, so yeah, I mean, I think they sent out ballots to like all the different people in the film industry, but it'll be like voted for by Julianne Moore, and then you can click to see her full ballot, kind of thing.
Which it's just also really cool.
I
mean, New York Times does really cool like digital things where
they do.
Yeah, you can just like kind of dig down into their data. So looking to see, and then you can go through the list. They have them all. They're all posted now. They were revealing like 20 at a time, but now they're all out there, and you can kind of go through. And after each film, there's like a link to a review, their original review of the movie. Then you can also click on I've seen it or I want to watch it. So then it'll compile a list for you of like, oh, look at how many movies. Did you count how many movies you'd seen?
I did. Hold on. What was it? I was less than yours because I looked back to see how many you had, and it was,
It's not a competition, Erin. It's okay.
Well, okay, so
you have small children.
It says I've seen 52 of the 100. And
I think I've seen 56. So
no, yours was like 63.
It was. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure.
68.
Okay, well, even more. So but there was a few that I was saying before we started recording, I'm like, there's a few that I'm pretty sure I did see this movie, but I can't really remember it very well. So I don't know if I should count it.
There's some of those for me, like Mulholland Drive, some of those early, those early 2000 movies. I'm like, I know I saw it. I know I saw it in the movie theater, but I
can't remember.
Mulholland Drive was definitely on everybody's list, and I need to rewatch it. So I have a list of movies on my list that I've seen that I'm like, I need to rewatch that.
Okay, good. I'm glad to know that you had the same experience
Oh yeah.
and to kind of echo the Oliver Berkman, not to steal too much thunder from our future episodes, but one of the things that he talked about at the very beginning of the Meditations for Mortals, which I really appreciated, which was like kind of to take the pressure off the reader, was sort
Uh-huh.
of this don't try to remember everything, right? Like
Mm,
just listen to this or read this, and the thing that sticks with you is going to stick with you because this is like the right moment in time for you to hear this message and apply
yeah.
it. And it's like that's kind of how movies are, right?
Yeah.
For whatever reason, there's some that just really stick in your mind because they resonate at that particular time in your life. And then some they just fall away because you just don't
It's
have
not the
the
right time.
yeah. Lauren,
So
on the
that's
other
why
hand,
going back and rewatching movies is so fun, right? Because
yeah, you're
they hit
like,
you in a
oh,
different way. Which is also why Mulholland Drive is probably on, like, I think it's in the top 5 or top 10 at least.
yeah,
Because they
yeah,
were asking all these Hollywood people what their favorite movies are, and Mulholland Drive is like a dark noir about Hollywood. So of
yeah.
course Hollywood people are gonna love it.
That's
I
true.
mean,
Good point.
I love me some David Lynch, but um, okay, so what we did too, so we wanted to make you guys aware of this list and just how fun it is. And because summer, at least here in St. Louis, is so hot, and so we tend to, you know, this is the season of the, go to the movie theater, see a big blockbuster, or stay home when it's too hot outside and watch a
Yeah.
movie.
Have you
Um,
seen have you seen any big blockbusters in the theater?
no, but I do want to go see that F1 one, the
I want to see that too.
I
Yeah, we
kind of want to.
just
Oh
got
yeah,
back from we went to the F1 race in when we were in Montreal. It
that's
was it
so
was very
cool.
cool. Yeah.
So you definitely want to go see it. I want to go to
Hmm.
that. I want to go to that big movie theater. I haven't been to that big movie theater where you can get dinner and it's all
The Alamo.
schmancy. Yeah, I haven't been there
Yeah,
yet.
I haven't been there either. It's supposed to be cool. Well, I would go see it if you want to go together.
Okay, let's do it.
I took the boys to see the new Mission Impossible, which
Oh,
was great. It was
was
so
it?
fun. Yeah, it
Oh,
was
that's
really,
awesome.
really a ton of fun. And then I took Tommy. Um, oh, our producer Justin says I'm in for the F1 movie. Yes,
Nice.
absolutely. Tommy he would be super into seeing that too. So that's why we ended up at the race in Montreal is because Tommy's a super fan
Yeah.
of F1. Actually, I'm taking him to see the race in Vegas when it's in Vegas in November.
Mm,
So
that's super fun. Yeah, super
yeah,
fun.
yep. But yeah, so that and then my friend Kim.
Not to be confused with Super Bad, the 100th
Yeah.
best movie of the last 25 years.
That's hilarious. Um, we took him to see the 28 years
Oh
later,
yeah.
the zombie movie.
Was it scary?
Oh, it was I mean, the thing that I love, so actually this is one of the things we also kind of came up with our personal lists of movies outside of we both did the New York
Yes.
Times exercise, but then we also came up with like a list of our own favorite movies. And I love zombie movies.
I did not know this about you, Erin.
I love them. I love them. And I can kind of go through my favorites. But the thing that I love about zombie movies versus like scary movies is
Uh-huh.
scary movies are just like
Jump
scary the
cuts.
whole time. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And they're like trying to constantly scare you. In zombie movies, there's that happens on occasion, but like there's more I don't know. There's just like more like world building and like storytelling and
Yeah.
like development of the interactions of the people.
It's very
And
mythic, right?
it's very cool. It's so
Yeah.
fun.
Now, have you seen Sinners?
I haven't. I've heard I need to see I know I need to see it. It's
It's
on my
so
list.
good. It's so
Yeah.
good. And it did not make the Times 100, but I just think that might be because
It's so
it's
new.
so new, but I didn't put it on my list, but I would say, man, like ask me in another year and it would probably go on my list. It is so good.
You're
Probably
like
one
the
of
fifth person that told me that. Yeah.
It's so good. And it is a zombie movie and it is a Jim Crow era historical like
Yeah.
fiction movie, and it is a musical. There are scenes in that movie that I just think are some of the best scenes I've ever seen in film.
In film.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, so go
Well,
see
like
Sinners.
in
That's the
the
last. I wanted to see that. I made my kids take me to see that for Mother's Day. That was my Mother's Day.
That's awesome. That's awesome. The movie that's probably like closest to being, sort of like, that kind of fits that apocalyptic
Yeah.
theme that was on the New York Times list that I loved this movie when I was young and I've seen it many, many times is Children of Men.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great one. And that movie, I'm not as good at like remembering all the like
Details.
directors and all that.
Yeah.
But I know it's Clive Owen, and but there's this scene in there because my brother's he's like a film, he's a TV maker, or he makes film, and so he's always like really into like the details of how things are made and all that, and there's this like really long continuous shot that's like a war scene kind of, like this battle that's like in this town, or city street or whatever, and it's just this unbelievable, like at the time it was like, holy shit, like how did they make this shot all in one shot, and now they're like whole movies that are made that way, but it was a really hard.
Yeah, especially a zombie.
Well, like Children of Men is apocalyptic. It's not a zombie movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you seen Train to Busan?
Yes, that Busan. Yeah, Train to Busan. That's one of the best. That's like one of the best foreign language zombie movies. Really good.
Oh my, those zombies are no joke.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. That one is really awesome.
Zombies. There's no geriatric zombies in that movie.
I love watching a zombie movie like on the elliptical machine. You're just like going like, how fast can I go?
Actually, there's an app, and I have this app, and I think it's called, I want to say it's called like Zombie Running. No, honestly, it's a story, and you put it in, you like listen to it, and then it is like, and it's like, it's not VR, but it's like immersive. And so you listen to it, and then they're like, the zombies are coming, you need to run. And so then I would do it on the elliptical, and then I would run, and it would like, and then it would be like, okay, they're gone. You can slow down, and then you slow down. I'm telling you, I'll find it after the
okay.
And I'll tell you.
I mean, that's exactly what it. Yeah, I mean, it's so good. So some of my favorites, besides I had Train to Busan on here of like my favorite zombie movies. One of my most favorite is World War Z.
Oh yeah, that's another good one. Those are also zombies that.
Yeah, they're intense. It's fast. Really
like a swarm. They're swarms.
Yeah, and actually looking through my list, so many Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt is on your list.
Is like, I mean, Ocean's 11, Inglourious Bastards.
Okay, so let's get into the list. Let's hear your top 10, and these don't have to be in any kind of order because I just think that's too hard. I can't. Unless you can, but
I don't know that I like if it's as if I can say like top 10 exactly. But oh, thank you, Elaine. Elaine brought me a little. Oh, your tooth came out. Nice. Okay, we got to save it for the tooth fairy. This Elaine has had a loose tooth for like 3 weeks. It's been dangling out there. Do you want to hold on to it, or do you want me to hold on to it? Okay. All right. We're going to pause for 1 second. I'm going to get a bag for her to put this in. I'll be right back.
All right. Sounds good.
I'm back.
Yeah.
We have secured the bag for the tooth. Yep.
We've severed the package has been secured.
Oh my gosh, that thing has been like hanging on for, I was just like,
Dear
can you
life.
let me? I know it's her second tooth that she's lost, and I feel like she's pretty young for losing teeth already, but what are you gonna do?
Okay.
All right,
that's okay.
Movies.
Okay.
Okay, but before we go into the list, what do you think that like really liking zombie movies
says about you?
Yeah, like what's the psychological phenomenon happening there?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think there's that. You know what I think it is? I think it's kind of the ultimate it's the ultimate example of like planning for the worst to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? It's like not just an apocalypse. It's like an apocalypse where there are monsters and you could become a monster. And it's not, and the end isn't death. The end is like this weird in between state of, you know.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I don't know. I feel like yeah, that's probably right. Lauren is always like, I would die immediately. Like this is not,
Oh, I would
I don't
too.
even know that I want to be in this world. And I'm like, no, I think I would want to to try.
That, right? Yeah. For those of you who are who fancy yourself survivalists. Yeah, my friend Bess and I, we have a zombie plan. And the plan is as soon as it happens, we meet at REI. Because then you can get everything you need.
It's actually really okay. All right. I like that. I like that plan a lot. You got
when the zombies come, just meet us at REI. We'll be there for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Supplies. And we'll go over to Whole Foods and grab some chicken salad.
Nothing says end of the world like chicken salad.
Chicken salad and some tents.
Oh man. Okay. Okay.
All right.
So other than the
how many wait, before we how many movies on your list, on your top 10 list are zombie movies?
Well, I just kind of was like, here's like a little sampling of those zombie movies that I think are really good. World War Z is my favorite of those movies. So of the list, and I had already had a couple of I'd already written down Brokeback Mountain was on there. There was several like gay movies, quote unquote, that were on the top 100. The other one so Brokeback Mountain, when I saw it, was just like, but the thing about the gay movies is they're always so sad. They're always so sad. It's just so sad. Never gonna work out. But the one that I remember when I saw it, I was like, this is a really good movie, was Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Oh.
Did you see that?
No.
It's a foreign language. I think it's in French, but it is so good.
That's on the list. That's on the top 100, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I have that on my to be watched list.
I'd move it up. It's pretty. It's really, really good. Really well done. But another gay sad movie.
Can we think of any happy gay movies?
I know. I don't know if there is any that I can think of.
Okay. If anybody has any thoughts,
I mean, honestly, Carol ends up a little happier than most of them, I think, if I recall right. Yeah. But yeah, that was on there. Okay, the other couple of movies that I know they're not, well, one of them maybe is a technically good movie, but The Titanic. Yeah. When I was young, I mean, and that was like peak movie experience. There were no seats in the theater. Yeah. And I saw it like 3 times in the theater, this 3-hour long movie. Then there are not an open seat in the whole place, just sobbing in my seat. Yeah. Oh, Leo's dying. Yeah. But that wasn't on the list, was it? I didn't see it on the list.
No, Titanic is not on the list.
I think that's a miss. On their part.
And are we sure that's in the, was that before 2000?
Oh.
Let's check the date. Because there's a couple that I was like, why isn't this on there? And then I'm like, because
it's 1999 or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that could be why. I'll back off my criticism if it's not in the 2000s.
Yeah, it's 1997.
What?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Man, I was young when I saw that. I didn't realize how young I was. Yeah. And then the other movie, which is like so lame, but I like freaking loved it when it came out, and I've seen it multiple times, is The Notebook.
Oh, I love The Notebook.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know that is that also might be
I thought the acting in that movie was just so good. I mean, that's what made that movie
Oh,
so
that's in
good.
2004. Okay, that makes the
Yeah.
list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the acting is good. And it's just such a good story.
Yeah. It's so good.
Thanks,
Oh,
Nicholas
but
Sparks.
I, that it's like thanks Nicholas Sparks, but also Nicholas Sparks gives us as humans, I think, really unrealistic expectations for like what romance is and like how it
Yeah.
like what a relationship is,
Yeah.
and how you make it, strong that lasts a lifetime, right? I don't know.
It's true. It's true. It's a
So
fantasy. It is a
it is. It
fantasy.
is. But when you're young, you don't realize that like these like magical romance movies are like this is not, the
Yeah.
real work that it takes to have
Yeah.
a strong, healthy, long-lasting relationship. Like I didn't learn that until I really like I don't think I fully learned that until I was really introduced to like the Gottmans, John and Julie
Hmm.
Gottman, and then Esther Perel. Like
Hmm.
those have been my guides to really understanding relationship. Film is not the way to figure that out.
No. Well, that's what I was just thinking. I was like, I'm trying to think like what a good example of a movie that shows a realistic view of marriage. And
Yeah.
I know there are a lot. Um, what's that? Noah Bomb Bomb Bombard Bongart. I can't remember his last name. And I think it was called Marriage, and it was Adam
Oh,
Driver
I know
and
yeah, that one's super sad,
super sad.
Yeah,
It's about
yeah.
their divorce and
Yeah,
yeah. I had
it's
kids. I
rough.
had kids when I was teaching who wanted to do a scene from that movie in class. And they did. They did it. I was
Yeah.
like, all right.
It was a good movie. I do remember like
Yeah.
that was a good movie and but yeah, it was sort of depressing to
Super depressing.
watch.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So the other movies on the list that I was like, oh yeah. Oh, okay. The other one that was not on the top 100 and this probably was too early to be, maybe it was before the 2000s. So Dogma.
Oh, Dogma is definitely early.
Yeah, like
Dogma
that was
doesn't
in the
fit.
night. No, yeah, but that I
But
loved
that's a
that
great
movie.
movie. That's a great movie. Yeah, it's 1999.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, so the other ones I really like from the list, or that I like remember pretty well and like resonated for whatever reason. Everything, everywhere, all at
All at
once.
once. Yep. Great
Really
movie.
fun. Ocean's 11.
Great movie. You can watch it over and over and over.
Yeah. Inglorious Bastards.
Also good.
Oh, you know what movie should be on the list that's not is oh God, hold on, I'm blanking on the name. It's the one where there's the kid. Um uh
The Kid.
Jojo Rabbit. Have you
Oh yeah, Jojo Rabbit was on a lot of people's lists, but it was
mm,
not on the 100
that
list.
should be in the top 100.
I
So
agree.
that came out in 2019 and I was like this is the best movie I've seen this year. Like
Yep.
I saw several good movies that year and that was the absolutely the best movie that
I
I saw.
love Jojo Rabbit. Yep.
Mm.
I really considered putting Jojo Rabbit on my top 10,
Yep.
but I
I would
didn't.
put that on my top 10. I'm not,
Yeah.
this is informal. You can
Yeah.
move things around.
You can move things around. Also, my top 10 is more like top 14.
Yeah. Okay. I've listed off a lot. Do you want to go?
Okay, I'll give you some of mine.
Okay.
Okay. Some of mine that were also on the Times list, Get Out.
Yes. Yeah. I put
And
that one down too.
and my list is kind of like these are movies that it's like if somebody said you can't ever watch this movie again, I'd be really upset.
That's a nice
But,
metric.
yeah, that was kind of my metric. Get Out, like I think it's a great movie. I also think it's one of those great movies where it's like it says so much, but it
Oh,
also is like incredibly well done and entertaining.
yeah. It's so good. And I don't feel like when I saw that movie, and I had never really seen anything quite like it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like it
Yeah,
had
it was
that impression.
totally created a whole genre.
Hmm.
Um, Interstellar which is a really long movie.
I watched that and I did
Sci-fi.
not love it.
You did
Yeah.
not love it?
No.
I loved it so much that I literally rewound it. I mean, I didn't rewind it because I don't live in 1997 anymore, um, but I started from the beginning and I watched it again. I
Remember
need to
those
watch it again.
rewinding machines?
Yes, I do.
We used to have those where you'd put the tape in and then it would be like
And it would
rewind it really
automatically rewind it
fast.
because you would get
Yeah.
charged $2 if you didn't rewind
Yeah.
it, but you brought it back to the rental place.
Oh man.
Interstellar, though, I think that's my favorite sci-fi movie of the last 25 years. I got to rewatch
Okay.
it because honestly, I don't know if I could even tell you what it's about, but I just knew I loved it so much that I watched it again.
Yeah.
So I need to watch it again. Moonlight,
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I don't know why it
also a
didn't.
sad gay movie.
It is a sad gay movie. It didn't. I think it just the other ones probably just resonated with me more.
Yeah.
I probably saw myself in the characters more
Yeah.
than I did for Moonlight. But Moonlight was a very good, well
Oh,
done
yeah.
film.
I just thought it was such a gentle film.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was just so beautiful. Okay, and then not a gentle film, but my favorite, I like Inglorious Bastards, like you had on your list.
So good.
But my favorite Quentin Tarantino is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, really?
I love it. I love it.
Okay. Okay.
Mostly I love it because I think those two characters. So our friend Nick wrote an essay for his master's called the Cowboy Employee Thesis, and that all characters in American literature and film either fall into the character of the cowboy or the employee.
Yep.
And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood takes the cowboy and the employee and just kind of twists them on their head. So
Yeah.
the guy who's the character or the guy who's the cowboy is really like the employee, and the guy
Yeah.
who's the employee who plays the stunt guy, the Brad Pitt character, is the total cowboy.
Totally.
Yeah.
That is a great movie. Now that I don't remember it as well as I should have, but I did enjoy it when I saw it. And I'm realizing that Margaret Qualley was in that film, which did you see the movie Substance?
Yes.
Oh my God. I was so scared. So like speaking of movies that that was too scary for me.
I know.
Movie.
That was like it was so gross. It was so weird.
Scary.
I did not anticipate all the gore that happened in that movie.
That was wild. It was
and
wild. That was another movie.
Trapped. I just felt so like I wanted to
yeah.
Funny enough,
that was another
one
of those movies that I was like, I have never seen anything like this before.
Yeah.
And I will never forget it. I will say that.
What do they call it? There's a genre of it. It's called like skin horror or skin. It's something like that. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Here's another one. Spotlight.
Oh, that's a great film.
I just rewatched it a couple weeks, about a month ago. And man, that's like a movie I love newspaper. I also love The Big Short. I didn't put The Big Short on this, but in the same kind of
all the President's Men and all the one with Meryl Streep. Yeah. But that's like that is also like, you know, a bygone era in a way, right? Like it's like that peak, like where
you have teams of journalists
and they really invested in like doing good work. You know,
and they could take years to really investigate. Yeah.
Yep.
That movie is so great and satisfying, and Pan's Labyrinth.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's a good one. It's
I saw scary. The picture. I was like, yeesh, nope.
Yeah, it's a little scary, but it is so cool. It's like the most visually inventive movie I've ever seen.
Okay. All right.
It's beautiful. Amelie.
I didn't see that. I haven't seen that one either.
It's a good one.
Is it?
Very whimsical, fun, romantic. It's great. Sound of Metal.
No, I haven't seen that one either. I've heard of it and I know it's supposed to be good, but I haven't
It's
seen
a
it.
good one. It's probably low on my list in my top 10. Like if I have to narrow my top 10 down to actually 10, I might cross it out. Um, just because I probably could go without seeing it again, but it's a great movie. The other two that I crossed out, I love Lost in Translation, but I crossed it out. I also love Black Klansman, but I crossed it out. I think that's a great movie. Midnight in Paris is also one I'd probably cross out. I love it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's I think it's the best kind of Woody Allen that he's made in the last 25 years. But
Yep.
and then my double billing of musical movies, Moulin Rouge and Across the Universe.
Moulin Rouge, so good.
So
So
good.
good.
I love that movie. That was another one that I like went to the movie theater and then I
I
went right
saw it.
back.
I know, same. I've seen that movie so many times.
Yep.
Ewan McGregor,
So good.
so good.
Such a cutie. Have you seen Across the Universe?
I have not. What is that one about?
That is Julie Taymor directed and created, and it's basically Beatles music. It's when they do musicals they call jukebox musicals, where they take all the songs from one band and then they kind of write a story around it. Like Mamma Mia is that, right? It's like they make the story to
Yeah.
fit the music.
Got it.
So Across the Universe is kind of a jukebox musical movie with all Beatles songs.
Cool.
The soundtrack is amazing. The story's fun. It's kind of set in like, the 60s and it's great. Highly recommend. You could watch with the kids. I think the kids would love it.
Okay. Cool.
In Bruges.
I've seen that. I don't remember it very well.
I love In Bruges. That's kind of one I go back to as like, oh, this is just a fun movie to watch again and again. And then my last one is did not make a lot of mine didn't make the top 100, but this is probably the most affecting movie that I've watched in the last, well, at least the last 5 years, 10 years. Women Talking.
Oh yeah, I watched Lauren and I watched that. That was very good.
It was so good. Sarah Polley directed. It's based on a book. It's based on a true story, and it's about these women in kind of it's not an Amish community, but similar, like Mennonite kind of community, where they realize that the men have been drugging them and raping them at night, and they didn't know. And then they figure it out. They've had like all these dreams, they've had all these illnesses, they've been, gaslit by the men in their community. Then they finally figure it out, and then while the rapist is in jail and all the men leave, the women sit around and then just talk about, are they going to stay or are they going to leave? And it's just these women in this barn talking, and it's the most compelling and like it's incredible movie.
Yeah.
So I I highly recommend that one.
The couple more that I would add. I Parasite I thought was
I
fantastic.
love Parasite. Yeah, that was the number one movie.
Yeah,
for the times.
And I think that was. I think it's hard to come up with a number one. Like, how do you come up with a number one? But that was a really great film. And then one of the other sad gay movies that I forgot about was that was on the list was Call Me by Your Name.
Oh yeah, also so sad, so gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I do love that movie. Also so romantic.
I know.
It's
it was
such a romantic movie.
And it's just like, and like the at the end, not that you like want to give away the end if someone hasn't seen it, but you just feel that like that feeling of like love lost.
Yeah.
Oof.
Which, I know. Yeah, it's such a universal movie. I mean, a lot of those sad movies are, universal, but that one.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yep. Oh, so good. So good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so what do you, I mean, I guess when you think about like the movies that you picked or, when I was thinking about the movies that I picked, I mean, some of them you're like, okay, these are just fun. right? These are
Yep.
just fun movies. But then some of it is also like, how is this movie changing you as a person or like
Mhm.
affecting you as a person? And I
Mhm.
started kind of trying to think about like what are the psychological principles that are happening when we watch a movie and we really connect to it.
Mhm.
I mean, I think a big part of it is just like the way that we understand our lives is through like narrative, right? Is through
Yep.
storytelling, and so it's just a another way of being able to sort of also understand our own lives.
Yep.
And then I don't know, just that like, and this is the part about like seeing movies in the theater versus like when you're at, I
Yeah.
mean, you can watch movies at home, but that immersive,
Yep.
like deep attention that
Yep.
happens when you're in a theater is just so it's just such a great feeling.
And the community, right? Like being in community. When you were describing going to see Titanic in a full movie house,
Yeah.
I have such, and actually it reminded me, I had a dream last night, probably anticipating this conversation, where I was in a movie theater filled with people, which
Yeah.
it's so rare to have that experience anymore.
Yeah. The
Because
last time I really remember being in a full theater, so when I saw Jojo Rabbit, so I guess that was
Mhm.
2019 pre-pandemic, that was a sold out show or
Wow.
it was, I mean, it was out at Plaza Frontenac, so it was a small theater, but
Yeah.
it was one of those where you're like, oh, I have to sit kind of close and
Yeah.
and then Get Out, when I saw Get Out,
Yeah.
that was a packed house.
Yep.
People
Yep.
were like hooting and hollering. It was
Oh
awesome.
yeah. Yeah. And that's the best, right? I think when I saw Sinners, it was pretty, because I think we
Full.
went on the first weekend, and maybe it was the first weekend, maybe the second weekend, but it was pretty packed. Um, but yeah, having that kind of communal experience.
What do you think the percentage of people like, so because I mean when we were growing up, right, it was, I mean, we saw movies all the time.
All the
That's
time.
like all we did on the, like, what I mean, like
Mhm.
it was, you go to the movies with your friends, that was it.
Mhm.
And I do like, in addition to sort of that like personal narrative development, like understanding yourself, there's also the like empathy,
Yep.
that you can develop for other people that are different from you,
Right.
and also like understanding different cultures, and different kinds of people.
Yep.
I think I do wonder about, I wonder what the statistics are on like current demographic, like young people, how many of them are actually watching long form
Form
film.
film. Yeah. Because I think it is different. And um, yeah, I mean, I think it's different, but maybe not. And yeah, those things you're talking about, I mean, it goes all the way back to like, the development, what theater was in Greek culture. Like it was about purgation, right? It was about like they believed you watched these things happen, and then it purged the need for you to experience it in your own life. When you saw
Mhm.
revenge, you didn't have to enact revenge. If you saw, and and what we know about like mirror neurons,
Mm,
like when you watch something happening in front of you, um your body actually responds in such a way as if it's happening to you as well.
absolutely.
And there's something about that immersive experience in the theater, because it's actually happening live. But I also think there's that it happens when you're in a movie theater because you are immersed and you're among people. So it kind of heightens the experience. I mean, like, if you don't think that there's a difference between watching something in the theater versus watching something at home, watch watch a horror movie at home and then go watch a horror movie in the movie theater.
Yeah,
Totally different
totally different
experience,
experience. Yeah. Yeah.
so much more heightened in a movie theater, right? So there is that heightened experience. So I think that value of that kind of purgative experience, or that sense of empathy, or connectivity, I think it's heightened in a movie theater that I don't think you really get when you're just sitting at home, even no matter how big your TV is.
I agree. And I think when I actually think about the movies that I have the best memory for, it's movies that I saw in a movie theater, not ones that I saw sitting on my couch at home.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, maybe we should make that a thing. Maybe we should try to do a monthly movie. Like, we just get friends and be like, we're going to this movie. Everybody come. And we try to pack out, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a friend that is in a movie club like that.
Really?
It's and she said that I think it's a standing, like, I don't know what night they pick, but it's a standing date each month. And if you can make it, great. If not, no big deal. But they like pick a movie and it's, you know, the list goes out to 20 people or something. And then whoever go, you know, so.
I love that.
Yeah.
I want to do that. Even I would say there have been a couple times in the last couple months where I've had a couple friends come over, and like that new movie on HBO about the tech bros, I'm like, I know that I'm going to want to watch that movie, and I know I'm going to want to talk about it. Yeah. So I had a couple people come over, and so we watched it. It wasn't just me and Bill sitting on the couch watching a movie. Yeah. We had like 6 people there. And I would say that even heightened the experience. So if you are going to watch something at home, like think about,
shared experience. Yeah.
I like that. But there's something, like, we spend so much time watching screens, watching narratives. And I don't think that's a bad I mean, I don't think watching stories is a bad thing at all. But there's a way you can do it that's probably better.
Well, I mean, there's a big difference between watching a movie that's 2 hours or 3 hours. And they find this too in the studies with children who are like, you know, you're like versus YouTube, right? Where they're just like clicking, like YouTube, you know, watching YouTube for 20, 30 seconds, you know, and then like moving to the next thing, right? And you're only just watching little clips of things versus I'm going to watch a full episode of something or a full movie. It requires something different from the viewer.
Yeah. I will say, now this is a TV show that I want to recommend, but it's about movies, and it's the funniest freaking show I've ever seen.
Okay.
Maybe not the funniest, but The Studio, Seth Rogen.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
It's on, is it on Apple? I think it's on Apple.
Okay.
And it's about the movie industry, and they're just half hour. It's not a sitcom, but they're like half hour. I think they're half hour episodes, and they are just hilarious. It is comedy at its truly best.
I'll put that down because Lauren likes comedy. So
yeah, it's really good.
It is really good. Thanks for sharing your list with me. I've got a few now that I'm gonna put on there. What do you what would you watch first of the things that?
Well, I definitely want to watch, based on your recommendation, and I think it's on my list, the
Portrait of the Lady on Fire.
Portrait of the Lady on Fire, for sure.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me after you watch it. It's so good. I'm gonna do Across the Universe. That'll be mine.
Oh, great. Okay, I love that. I love that. Yeah, and I love when the Times does these kind of lists and helps you kind of curate, like, because it's, you know, there's so many nights when you're sitting there and you're like, what are we going to watch?
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
So it's fun to have a list ready.
Yep. All right. And then in a week we'll talk about Meditations for Mortals. So if you guys are gonna listen along, read along, get your book, download your Audible, or however you get your content, I suppose. Yes. And then we will kind of reflect on what we're learning.
First week.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Erin.
Great to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you for joining us on Atheist. If you enjoyed the conversation, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share the episode with a friend. We really appreciate our listeners. It's because of you we keep growing and connecting with new people.
We always love hearing from our listeners. Get in touch with us at atheistpodcast.com, follow us on our socials, or leave a comment on this episode.
Atheist is produced by Justin Sywell of STL Podcasts.
Thank you for listening, and keep looking for connection.